but also restricts the enemy team for going for the same. But Rare Adam, they want to secure that Jinx, right? They don't want to give that one over necessarily. You could take, you know, a support matchup that you think favors you. We've seen the Nautilus often. We've even seen things like the Lulu. But I feel like V5 would probably end up with the Aphelios in that situation, which he might be fine with. But actually, looks like they're not set on the Jinx yet. They were so sort of hyped on Cube's Gwen play that they are willing to just first rotation it. We do see the Jinx coming out. On the other side, Jarvan a quick lock-in. We've seen this often when a Thresh is secured by one team. They know, okay, we've got the sort of safety net to play against Jarvan, so that means we can pick it ourselves. So already V5, they have lockdown, they have safety for the Aphelios, so I'm liking what they've got.
Yeah, honestly, I'm pretty damn happy with it as well. You're looking at the Aphelios, of course. We mentioned as well that Photic didn't necessarily have a bad game last time, just wasn't really set up to succeed. So the Thresh will give him an awful lot more room to move. And Karsa on something that's a little bit more engagey, a little bit more of a tankier pick as well. I personally prefer. And then the Viego locked and loaded for the side of Rare Adam means that they're going to have a couple of bans now to show into that top side again to give Cube a much better laning phase.
Yeah, I mean, we are going to expect V5 to be banning away supports, but in this situation, if the Gragas was a bit too safe for you to go up against, you could definitely ban that away from Rich. You know, you have pretty much free reign to target that, but actually they're going to target Rookie, so they were sort of having issues with that early pressure the Rookie provided with the Syndrome. We could see the Vex come out as another ban. For V5, I'm expecting support. Nautilus is kind of the standout we typically see into the Thresh. You could also be concerned about something like the Lulu, maybe, to have the really strong scaling element, but they're actually going to go for the Corki in this situation. So, you know, we saw the Viktor manage okay. Corki is an even safer option to take in the mid lane.
Yeah, so safe, and this is going to be more bans towards those solo lanes. The Jade's technically a flex, of course, can go top, can go into the mid lane. Now the Nautilus banned away, so seeing people move away from that Leona, especially when the Thresh is picked up, because it is that seen as that little bit of a soft counter when you go in with that Xenoblade, you can be flayed away.
You know, I would say it's more of a hard counter, but the Glacial Augment changed the dynamic.
You know better than me.
Yeah, but they're willing to pick it. And I think the thing is with Glacial Augment, you could be comfortable. They're actually going to end with the Rakan. So I feel like V5, they're fine with this, right? This is a good lane to find pressure with for the Aphelios and the Thresh. And now it comes down to what V5 want in the rest of their composition. They're actually going to go for the Viktor themselves. So wanting to have a strong scaling team fight option, which is pretty readily available. And now it comes down to Rich's answer to the Gwen. It could just be that Gragas once more, but we'll see if he wants to go in a bit of a different direction, and he's going to take the Graves. We've seen Graves blinded pretty comfortably right now. It feels like something that's pretty stable in most matchups, except maybe the Tryndamere. So happy to take that one. And now it comes down to what Strive wants to secure. Bear in mind, I feel like the late game isn't as clear cut as it was last time, right? I said before, game one, if Rare Adam make it late, they're pretty golden. There's a lot of strong elements for V5. I think they have a lot more agency. They're very comfortable. And in response, Rare Adam, they were toying with the Galio or the Ryze, both roaming options. I do think that's a good idea here because I think you need a bit of extra help to find some momentum. You can't just rely on shutting down V5 and expecting to win on the back of that.
And this is a very quick draft as well. We got pretty much everything we wanted. And this is a little bit more down to the meta of what we expect as well. You got the hyper carries in bot side. You got pretty decent supports that can keep them safe throughout their first items, second items. And then big skirmish heavy junglers that can work with the solo lanes. That is what the meta has been. That is what the meta has leaned towards. And both teams, honestly, right now, I feel like both sides are pretty damn happy with what they got. You feel like you're all good in both departments of, you know, early game skirmishes and late game scaling.
Yeah, I'll be honest though, I kind of prefer V5's composition in this situation simply because I think the fact that they have the Jarvan being such a strong threat that can like shut down these immobile carries like the Jinx and the Ryze. You have the Thresh, which is great at initiating plays in the bot lane but also shutting them down, and then you have this Viktor in the mid lane who is going to be a big threat. And unlike last game, that, you know, I feel like the range isn't going to be as much of an issue here. So realistically, I think V5 can be pretty happy, but again, it's about making it work, right? If they just go for, if they find a slow early game again, if Strive is able to be proactive on this one, roam around with that Ryze, if we see Cube going late, iBoy going late, that's where things can get a bit concerning.
A little bit concerning. We'll see now where this game does end up going. It's going to be a pretty big task, I will say, for V5 to contain Gwen in that top side, but with the Graves in hand, they should be able to do enough pressure in the early stages, like you said, to get to that big point where they can just keep dictating the fights. we'll see now if RA can squeeze it out into a 2-0 or V5 have something else to say about this series. We're jumping onto the Rift for game 2. And it's RA already seeing if they can catch some people out. Zorah has just got himself over the wall, but we'll be waiting a couple of seconds until he's able to use that grand entrance again. And yep, going to be spotted out. Thumbs up. Hey, how's it going, buddy?
Classic. Gotta throw it down. Gotta let them know you sussed them. You worked out their play. Yeah, I love those plays, though. They're very creative where you go in for the W of the wall to find a sort of creative route. Now, Zorah is actually going Predator this game. Predator did get nerfed. It basically got reverted. They gave it a buff. It was really popular on a bunch of mid laners, bunch of supports, and then they reverted it. I still think it's fine here, especially since when you look at the composition of RA, you are the primary engage, right? There's no one else to sort of provide that and you follow up. You have to be the one going in first. And I think particularly when you're against things like a Thresh, that can obviously cause a lot of disruption. Viktor even can burst you before you get close. That extra movement speed can really have a lot of value. So I'm interested to see how Zorah utilizes that. I expect an early reset to grab boots and then maybe a roam towards mid to utilize it.
See what way he wants to work it. Roams to mid, roams away from mid as well. You know, see what the Ryze can do alongside that Viktor. So both sides looking to see if they can make something work. There's a good grand entrance and a lot of damage, forcing the heal out of Photic. They will get a little bit of a trade back, but that's a great trade for Rare out of bot lane. And already Karsa feels like he has to be down this bot side. He has level 2, and he should be able to get the knockup. There will be available. Oh, the cleanse has been used. iBoy still has flash, though. They maybe just try and turn this one around. They're looking to try and get it. First blood goes over, and now iBoy's excited. Photic in a lot of trouble. Photic trying to see if he can get away. There's going to be enough of damage from Karsa as he takes him out, and Photic will end up picking up another kill. It's still V5 coming out trumps 2 for 1.
Man, that was close. Honestly, I really thought the game might just been completely doomed for V5 there, because I thought iBoy and Zorah might have killed Photic, got the resets and gotten out. They do manage to find the kills and turn it around. Karsa coming in clutch to provide this one, but these are the knife heads. And honestly, ppgod, I am really not sure why you don't flash here, right? W comes in, just flash it. I think he was caught in the flay animation. I think that's the problem there, but he tried to flay the W.
Flash from Karsa.
Wasn't going to find it. Yeah. Beautiful flash from him. Stops them from being able to follow. Photic's able to survive. Messy early level 1. I didn't expect this much action in the bot lane, right? I was talking about there being some. This is a very early start to see, but now Karsa's behind and it's clear. Leyan's just going to invade him.
Yeah, he's going to invade him and not get the steals, so Karsa does smite away that big camp, and Leyan's just saying, look, I can fight you, but flag and drag is available, so I should be able to keep himself alive. And this is the thing now. You know there is no flash on the enemy jungler. Leyan feels confident to go ahead and say, look, I can dive bot side. I can look to make things work with this big wave crashing as well. They may look to try and just make this life even hell. It's going to be a 3v3 in this bot side. You will have TPs available, though, for the side of V5 as they're going to try and take down Photic. He will fall. It's still a 3v3. Didn't take the effigy flash forward into the play. They are going to try and take down ppgod. That's a double kill there for Leyan. Now he takes an effigy. Does he have a hook? Yes, he does. It's onto Karsa, and that's a triple kill going over to the side of the Viego, and that's going to be Leyan almost taking him all the way down. Can he kill off Rookie? No, he cannot. It's a double for a triple. We're back onto even Stevens.
Oh my god, this is so messy. Honestly, in the end, yeah, we even, but oh, the dynamics in these fights, the back and forth. Rookie TPing in there was absolutely critical. The fact that he's able to show up makes such a difference. And remember, because of the TP changes, no one from RA can join when you're that deep under the tower. But man, I mean, this looks bad at the start. The critical thing is they managed to get that initial kill, but then Karsa doesn't connect with his CC. ppgod goes a bit over aggressive, and then they just go, right, let's burst him down. This isn't an aftershock Thresh. They get the reset, and then Leyan, Thresh master here, manages to land everything.
Hook City.
They get the reset. Fortunately, Rookie's able to take down the Viego before he gets able to get another kill on the back end. Rookie really saving V5 on this one, but man, RA are starting stronger. This is now a 3-1 Viego at just under 5 minutes.
The big thing as well is Leyan still has his flash. Leyan can still look for aggressive plays with that flash route. He can still be a nuisance in these lanes. And honestly, if you're Photic right now, you can't even walk up to this. You can't even try and go for this because you know there's an ignite available for Zorah. As I say that, there is going to be a hook available there. But again, they're just going to be able to freeze this. This is horrendous for the bot lane of V5.
Yep, they're really in a rough spot right now. And it feels like iBoy and Zorah have just been constantly ready to go toe-to-toe to challenge, to look for the 2v2s. Which I love to see, right? I didn't expect this from this lane. I really thought it'd be a more passive sort of gameplay coming out from iBoy and Zorah. they are putting it to V5's bot lane and coming out pretty successfully. Like, if you bear in mind the fact that Karsa came in for that early gank, even with that, they're still doing pretty well in terms of where their lane is. And if Karsa wasn't able to show up there, things would be just doomed right now for V5.
It would, very much so. But now Rookie, with double buffs, is still having a pretty decent time. They're going to flash forward, get the rune down. They're going to be able to try and kill him off. Great gravity field. Great awareness from Rookie to keep himself alive. Puts himself in a position where he's not going to end up falling down. As I say that, Zorah will not get the ground entrance, but will put down the ignite. And that's going to be a 4-1 Viego at the end of it all, despite Rookie playing that so well in the 2v1. You can't beat a 3v1.
Yeah, and honestly, it was beautiful because the W came in from Zorah. Rookie did dodge it, but he was like forced. There's only one direction you can dodge into his tower. It meant Leyan was definitely going to hit the stun. So really good play. And again, love to see the roams coming. Realm coming down. Karsa is there, though.
The action will not stop. Karsa is here. He's just standing. Look at him, stoic. Knowing he's like, Giga Chad moment, just standing there and saying, you won't even dare.
He's tabbed out looking at memes.
Yeah, he's actually looking at shop. He's not even actually on the screen, but obviously we are not being serious with that one there. But V5 do survive a little bit of a roam, but they are still down about 1,000 gold. RA are just keeping the aggression. As we look at the replay in the picture, it is just going to be the needlework used on top of the side, and actually it is going to be the Gwen just coming out on top really hard, forcing it onto the Graves, and that's a flash down now for Rich.
And if you find an opportunity, you can go for that again. That's the thing, is that yes, the Graves has those dashes you can utilize, but you know, the Gwen can just run him down.
Gwen can run him down. Rookie trying to answer with Strive's roams, but there is a ward, so they catch him out. No TV available for Q, but now that you know the top side is overloaded with V5 members, it means that you can safely take this dragon. So first dragon going to be on the board here for Rare Adam as they start to look for more and more aggressive plays. And this is where the game starts to get a little bit shaky. You mentioned about how the scaling is for V5 and how they're a little bit better off in terms of their compositions, but you got to be able to get there, and this Viego puts a massive spanner in that work.
Yeah, I mean, if Viego starts to find momentum in those later team fights, that's the thing. If you start finding resets, right? Jinx gets resets, Leyan gets resets. I still favor their team fight. I give it the edge. I just think V5 a better tool to hold up in the late game. But if you end up going up against a fed RA, you are going to struggle. And so far, RA have been excellent in sort of dictating this early game. And once again, securing that first dragon, they give themselves a little bit of extra help to lean towards that soul.
It's a bit weird that Rift Herald has an eye on the back of it. You know, ever think about that? Just has like a random giant eye that they don't even use, by the way. They're not even using it to do. Look at it, it's completely covered. It's not even as if it's a functional eye, it's just there. Oh, food for thought, shower thoughts, things that keep me up at night.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. I've never really thought about the physiology of any of the monsters on Summoner's Rift, but now you've got me.
Not a play-by-play.
Now you've got me wondering.
These are things that keep me up at night, Ox. These are things that are important to us play-by-plays and the viewers, you know? The real questions. I don't want to know about Chemtech Akali. I want to know about why the Rift Herald has a third eye on its back. That's bigger than most of its body.
To see people behind him. There's your answer. Problem solved. Oh, well, Zorah might get caught.
Might get caught out. There's the hook going down. Glacial Augment's going to be good as well. And that's ppgod picking up a kill. So, nicely done there. We're going to see Leyan have to use the Heartbreaker straight away. So, speaking of Shelly, she's going to have ourselves donating her power over to V5. And that's going to be V5 taking a lot of momentum up towards this top side. They're going to try and see if they can take out Cube. Leyan is here, though, so you have to be a little bit careful. You can roam up as well with the Rakan, who is still back up and ready to go. So this isn't exactly a clear-cut take and go from the side of V5, but they are pressuring very aggressively.
And the critical thing is, even though Cube nearly found a kill onto Rich, the pressure has been in favor of Rich. He's been chunking down the tower, and now this Herald, this is going to be first tower taken. And critically, RA are all on this side of the map, right? They moved up for the Herald. So yes, we do see Strive on the bot side getting some damage on the tower, but a TP is going to answer that. He's only taken one plate. RA get nothing here, and we had so much praise for them in game one for matching V5's pressure. This is their first real fumble in terms of that, where V5 just get an advantage and RA get nothing out of it.
Yeah, and that's the big thing we want to see from good teams, if not great teams in the LPL. You get a pick, you turn it into an objective. That was literally just Zorah getting caught out, and it led into a Rift Herald, which led into first tower of the game. So V5 finally getting themselves ahead. That's a great ward, though, from RA that does spot out Photic. They'll have pretty decent vision on that bot side. And Now we get to see now where this early to, mid game goes right now, because all right, we're a little bit ahead and, very much pushing the pressure on top of V5, but now V5 have themselves a little bit of a longer lane top side.
Glad to see ppgod check the brush. Amount of times you see people walk past boards and just not be looking somewhere else on the screen. He does find that one. But yeah, I mean, the advantage isn't like super significant at this point, and there's still that scary Viego. Divine Sundra now completed. It is something to worry about in any skirmish, but I think V5 are doing pretty fine. We have Dragon in 2 minutes. We'll look to see if they opt to set up for that one. I feel like, again, it's going to come down to execution on this. I feel like particularly Karsa has a lot of tools with that Cataclysm available, but everyone has their summoners up now. Q might be looking for another 1v1.
I mean, there is still a flash available here for Rich. He will get ignited and has to flash away straight away. There's Needlework doing its work as they're going to try and push forward. Cube has one last dash in him. He might be able to get it. No! He just about... Just wanted to try and keep himself as safe as possible. Cataclysm into the flash. Karsa using everything he has to keep himself safe. And that's going to be him getting out. But again, a lot of engaged tools used now on this jungler. Karsa 1-1-4. Not having a bad time in this game, but definitely having a bit of a testing time when it comes to setting things up. But speaking of testing times, iBoy in a lot of trouble. He's going to have to flash and cleanse. Nice positioning there from Photic.
Yeah, and that's beautiful, right? You burn those summoners before the dragon fight. Unfortunately, Karsa just lost his flash, so it definitely limits a bit of his engage power being able to the EQ flash R on top of the Jinx. But iBoy being summonerless is definitely a big thing to talk about when it comes up to 45 seconds till that dragon. You see Cube getting some damage onto this top lane tower, but Rich is there in time just to defend it up. And I feel like both teams want to be sort of setting up for this, right? Bear in mind, Rich has just gone top and has burned his TP, so if they want to be contesting this dragon, needs to make his way down fairly soon. But we'll get this replay. And it's just a minor mis-execution right at the very end. I think he repositions, so he just isn't able to hit him with all of this snip. You see there? He thought he had the kill. Slight miscalculation. Dashes out too soon. And the thing is, I'm just going to say it. You're Gwen. You're tanky, right? You're pretty healthy. You could have taken another tower hit. I think you kind of opted out. He's trying to look cool, trying to do the fadeaway cube, and it really ended up backfiring.
Yeah, didn't work out very well for the side of Cube, but still got pressure, still picked up about 2 or 3 plates as well, as we do see the dragon being started up here now by RA. Flag and drag in, but it's not going to be stolen. Going to use the dark passage to get himself out. Hook goes very wide from ppgod. That's going to be 2 dragons now for RA. So yes, they don't gain a lot in terms of the gold, but they have gotten the objectives, and that's the important thing there for them. They've got that big stacking objective, and a Hex Drake is huge for the side of RA if they can get it.
Yeah, I mean, particularly for a Jinx as well. The fact that you get like the AoE. Oh no.
Oh, Photic flashes to try and get away from the oncoming Rakan ultimate, but there's not a lot they can do. They tried to donate it over, but the Ignite says, no, Zorah, you deserve this. You use all your summoners, and that means they pick up a nice, easy kill in that bot lane. That means that RA will be able to push that wave in, get Jinx out that lovely farm. But while that's been happening, V5 answer in kind and get some pressure in this mid lane. They need to be careful, though. Cataclysm comes in, flash away. They are going to have to be a little bit careful now as Cube has joined in the fight. The Realm Warp not going to be taken just yet, but now ppgod caught between a rock and a hard place with no flash and no way home. The knock-up not going to land as he goes golden as we jump now. See, it's going to be a 4v4. Everyone's trying to jump in on top of this. The AD carries are nowhere to be seen as the god that is PP is going to die. And there's Karsa now taking the next kill of his own death going down. Rich has to back himself away. And the oh no, he's going to jump straight on top of it. He took the Hex Gates to death. No, Rookie. And that is season 12 gameplay, ladies and gentlemen.
Like, I cannot believe he just did it. I cannot believe he just went. Just recall, man. You know that all next to Rich. Just go for the. I can't wait for this replay. Okay, I think this is great from Zorah. Flashing the Aphelios ult so he can't root you. Zorah has been playing so well this series, honestly. Credit to him for that play, but this next one's a bit of a doozy. So I think the main thing here for RA is they're all grouped up, right? They're finding the momentum. They get ppgod low. This is perfect setup for Leyan to start finding resets. And V5, they only join the fight very late, right? And by that time, Rookie's chunked. We see ppgod is dead, and it's just reset city from there. Easy pickups. But like here, okay, you know that he clicked it so early, but you know they're there. What is the game plan, man?
And you know that Leyan has himself the Jarvan, so
and
even if you thought you could
as well.
They lose absolutely everything. And now we are seeing a bit more of an advantage here. 2,000 gold for the side of RA. They've got advantages in bot lane again. They've got advantages in top lane in terms of the kills. 6, 1, and 2 for Viego. Leyan is on a bit of a revival, a renaissance, if you will, because he's just looking so good. And game by game, he feels like he's going back to that 2018 form. As I say that, flash in, Cataclysm out. It's going to be a little bit of Karsa by himself, but with no flash on iBoy, no flash on Strive. That's 2 massive kills. Very well played there by Karsa.
Beautiful. This is what I'm talking about, the power of the Jarvan when you have immobile carries. You know, normally I'm like, yeah, you can ult the Ryze, you can ult the Jinx. Karsa gets both of them. That is like ideal setup. Gets both of them. No flash, no way getting out. 2 easy kills. Herald secured. Excellent play from Karsa, and honestly needed, because Leyan has been looking like the better jungler in this series so far and this game. But that is exactly what you need to be doing. This is why you take the Jarvan in the situation, right? You know Thresh is available. You know these immobile carries are so strong in the meta. Remember, Corki was banned away as well. So all just set up perfectly for scenarios like that.
Ooh, V5 not willing to let this game go just yet. We're basically back to an even Stevens game. It is about a 500 gold lead in favor of RA. However, they do have the dragon stacking. That's a very important note to make. This time, however, in a minute's time, there will be no flash on Karsa. There will be no flash on Rookie, and Realm Warp has been used in that bot side. So not able to pick out Strive just yet, as they keep pushing in on top of this. They do know that Zorah is here, but do they know that Leyan is? They do now, and they back themselves up into this lane. So again, good pressure here from V5, not letting RA get away with everything for free.
Yeah, and they're essentially just trying to keep control of the vision in the area and not let V5 get any headway. We do see Zorah now resetting to pick up a new set of wards. We see Leyan also backing to pick up Sterak. So this would be the opportunity for V5 to push in, but they don't really have that information available. So they've reset Rookie. They do need to now start making some headway, get some vision control down. I mean, if they end up giving over this Hextech Soul, it's not as broken as Chemtech, but it is another one that's been nerfed on 12-2 because of how powerful it is. And particularly with this composition, right? The AoE slow on a Jinx is obscene.
On a Jinx, on a Gwen, and there's a hook going in. They're going to try and they can take out the big, massive carry and the jungler. Leyan gets caught, gets killed, and that's a huge pick there for V5.
And honestly, I feel like it's one of those things, you're just walking way too close to the wall, right? Why just even chance it that they could be waiting for you? But it's a great hook coming out from ppgod. And with that, they're just going to be able to secure this dragon and deny away the potential to have 3 for RA.
And they delayed the game a little bit more. And like we said, the late game is pretty good for both these guys. V5 will be happy to delay that particular objective, and they get themselves a little bit back in the gold.
And an objective bounty.
And an objective bounty. Not sure they should have gotten that considering how the gold is, but hey, that's how the game is.
Yeah. Well, I think maybe the dragon advantage was a swaying factor in that one, but decent influx of gold. V5 now ahead in gold. They pick up that dragon. I also have to say, I'm kind of a fan of the stats that the Hextech dragons give, the individual ones, right? You get six ability haste, 6% attack speed. You know, Rich loves that. Karsa loves that. Photic loves that. Even Rookie kind of appreciates a bit of attack speed on Viktor. Helps you get the Q auto out a little bit faster. So, you know, it's kind of nice to have that one. We do see Zorah fishing around once again, but Lantern does allow you to easily keep these mobile carries safe. And that's the advantage, right? Photic and Rookie, there's just so much less threat onto them because of that Thresh.
And using the Rift Herald as well. Shelly will get a belly bop into the turret as well. So getting a little bit more gold available to them as soon as the objective golds came in. And bounties are lost again, so they won't get any extra gold out of that. But they will get an extra charge out of Shelly. So doing twice the amount of work that she's expected to do. And now another turret taken in mid lane. So all of a sudden, V5 have opened up the map quite a bit. They've taken down all 3 outer turrets. They're looking to see if they can make something work here. As I say that, Leyan is on the back side here. Hexgates is going to create a little bit of an opportunity here. And now Rich in a lot of trouble. The Heartbreaker is going to be enough to probably take him down. He flashes away. The Immortal Shield Bow is good, but it's not good enough. There is the knock-up coming in there from Zorah. And that's a nice little kill there. Hexgate gameplay coming out here from RA.
You know, I'm just going to say it, right? It's kind of, everyone's pretty, well, I'd say not a big fan of the Chemtech map or Soul. Hexgates, though, honestly, one of the greatest additions we've had in such a long time. I love Hexgates because I feel like it's balanced, right? You have situations like Rookie just inting because he, like, portals towards the enemy team. But on the other side, we have plays like that, really creative ones where Leyan can find a big flank. I honestly feel like whenever we get a Hextech map, I'm so happy because it just adds so many elements to the game, so many different avenues to approach it. Beautiful addition, honestly. I feel like they should just remove Chemtech and have twice as many Hextech maps. In my
Honestly,
opinion.
I'm down.
That would be
for
the play. That would
Do you
be
know what'd be really cool? It would be really cool if you could have different dragons alongside different types of maps. So like a Hex Rift, but like an Infernal Soul. That'd be kind of cool. Just like vary it up quite a bit, so you don't even know what you're getting. You have to pay attention to your surroundings. I don't know how you would determine it, because there has to be some kind of determining factor for it.
You
But
change the map. Every dragon that spawns, the map just changes, right?
that'd be very cool.
That'd be pretty whack to do. Yeah, I mean, I just love this element, right? He sees him, he knows he's overextended. He's like, zoop, I'm gonna just portal behind you. And then the thing is, he doesn't even know. He hasn't seen him, so he just sneaks up. Like, it's that extra element. Finds him, bam, bam, and then finds the damage coming in. Obviously has a backup from Zorah after, but I love Hex gaming, honestly. But now we're looking for a potential engage here.
Oh, iBoy had to flash away, and that means he's not able to get out of the Cataclysm, but they can't burst him down. They will eventually take him out. And now Gwen coming into this fight. Cube seeing if they can get some resets here for Leyan, who will eventually tick up one. There is going to be another kill potentially onto Rookie, but no, he's on you straight away. And now Photic is 1v2. I say that, though, he's just dead. There's nothing he can do. Realm Warp a little bit over to the side to try and catch up to Rookie and on top of Rich, but they're not able to get on top of him. And now Cube versus the world. Can he get any more damage on the Rookie? Rookie has no mana. Yeah, I was gonna say he's got no more mana, but he has no more way of chasing up, so they will back themselves away. V5 still trading evenly coming into this mid game, and they're still looking like they have some fuel in the tank.
The big takeaway, the biggest one from that, is the Summoner's Burn, right? Look across the board. No one has a flash available for the next fight. In 1 minute, we have that dragon coming up. iBoy flashed to get away from the initial engage, meant he was trapped in the Cataclysm, and now he doesn't have it for that dragon fight, right? Strive, no flash. Rookie, Photic, all of these are mobile carries vulnerable, which really sets up for this to be a pivotal fight on this next objective, especially since Baron is available and both teams have a good amount of sustained DPS to burn through it. We'll get that replay. So first, I want to look at iBoy. So he dodges away from the initial engage, gets a little bit too close, but then because he flashes, then he gets trapped in the Cataclysm. But what I will say is that RA got very lucky, because look how low Leyan gets here. If he dies and doesn't get this reset, I feel like this is just a fight easily won by V5. But he does get it, survives for a bit longer, but we don't have time.
We don't have time. The flag and drag into the Dark Passage, and iBoy gets caught again. 0 and 5. Such a drastic change from what we saw in game 1. And that's iBoy, the big carry for the side of RA. That long-range poke that you're able to get with him, just irrelevant.
I mean, it's the Jarvan. It's just providing so much threat. I mean, it wasn't the Jarvan there, okay? But the Jarvan provides so much threat to this Jinx, and it feels like he's constantly being checked. He's constantly being targeted. And now with him dead, this should be an easy dragon. Oh, both.
Oh, he goes in and gets caught out. What are you doing? The Heartbreaker in, and now you've got the flank coming in from the Rakan as well. It was all going so well, and now it might have been all turned around. Cataclysm on top of the Chaos Storm, though, might be enough, but this Gwen is just too big. This Gwen goes golden, eventually falls down. Super Mega Death Rocket whizzes past the ears of the rest of V5, and after everything's all said and done, they finally come back out onto the Rift alive, but their health bars are too low. I don't think they can go for the objective just yet. Oh no. Rookie needs to be so careful. He's going to be caught out, ruined up. They do have a Dark Passage. He will get caught out by the traps. They're going to try and burst him down. No, not going to be able to have it there. And now in a 4v5, iBoy gets caught again. Roll for initiative. iBoy dies.
Oh my god, man. He just keeps going. In fairness, right, they thought they had Rookie. They had him trapped. They thought that was him dead and done. I don't think they can go for this Baron, though. Leyan is back up. I think they just need to go over the Dragon. But what chaotic fights we're getting out here. I mean, I said, with Summoners not available, it gets a little bit spicy. iBoy just, man, like, what do you expect in this situation? But I digress. Photic makes a similar mistake in this situation. Like, walks up to the Gwen. Like, what are you going to do to a Gwen in this situation? And then overstays. Flashes forward. No, sorry, it doesn't flash forward. Gale forces forward, but I mean, it's just over-ambitious AD carry gameplay we're seeing right now, and it kind of comes to the rest of the team to clean up. Karsa finds a beautiful knock-up here. Triple knock-up, which is hard to do on Jarvan, into a triple Cataclysm. So that was kind of a saving grace for V5, and Rookie was pretty consistently dealing damage. But man, AD carries are not having the best games in this one.
They are not. Dragon was eventually taken by V5. They haven't taken the Baron just yet. That mid-tier 1 as well, still standing here for V5 as RA find themselves about 3,000 gold behind. iBoy is still working towards his Infinity Edge, so he's not exactly at his 3-item spike just yet. And Rookie on this Viktor is just pushing off in a side lane. Happy to take more gold, get more advantage as Photic pushes up. They get a TP coming in. You knew there was a Thresh there. What were you going to think was going to happen?
Yeah, I don't know. Zoning TP, I guess we can call it that. Does that work in this situation?
I mean, sure.
Either way, it zoned him away, but, you know, you still end up losing out. It is still a gold lead for V5, right? 4,000 gold up. This Viktor is so scary, right? Looking at Rookie. And the thing is, this has been the build for Ryze recently. I'm not saying the build is wrong. It is the correct build, but Strive is going to tank your build, right? He's hard to kill, but he's not exactly got a ton of burst damage. Whereas Rookie, if he hits someone, they are gonna get absolutely chunked, if not just outright die almost instantly. It is so scary to step up to him. 7-2 and 7 on the Viktor right now. 7-2
and 7, having an absolutely fantastic game. And I gotta say, iBoy on the other side of that coin, 0-6 and 6, I should say. Not really having the Jinx gameplay that we thought he would be having. And despite everything, he's still 20 CS up, or about 15 or so up. He's still able to keep himself in tow with the item spikes of the Aphelios. But now with the zoning pressure that V5 have, they're going to start up this Baron. It is a little bit risky. You have got a Gwen, and with that reduced magic resistance, they would shred. So you need to be very careful with how you take this. But RA have no idea. They're not calling the bluff.
I mean, surely they know they're on the Baron. They're just trying to approach slowly, but it's going a lot faster than they'd expect. Leyan, you see to go over. It's gone, it's gone, it's gone.
Yep, it's gone. Nothing they can do. They were not in position to go for the steal. They didn't even throw out the Super Mega Det Rocket. They just had no idea that it was going on as quick as it was. And that's going to be V5 now with the Baron. They can rotate down towards this bot lane, even towards the mid lane, and just take away all of these camps, all of this extra gold, make sure that there's nothing for RA to take.
Yeah, I mean, they are playing this as well as you can expect in this situation, right? Been very messy, but they managed to secure the Baron. They don't give a chance for Leyan to get in. Now with that secured, they can start to apply pressure with... Oh, I mean, this... Honestly, I'm just going to flat out say it. This series has been Thresh difference, right? You literally have Thresh, and it just means...
Oh, he has to flash away. They are going to use the Realm Up, but they're not going to continue on with it.
They're chasing hard.
They are chasing hard, but now there's no flash available for ppgod, so he's not going to have that. That's just a summoner straight up burn. They didn't use anything apart from ultimates to try and get that, so V5 not going to have that summoner available. RA will be relatively happy with it, as I say that. Ooh, not going to quite try to stop the back, but... Still have relatively decent wave clear when there's no Baron buffs, so you're not going to be too unhappy. It's going to be taking a little bit of time here for V5 to get those waves in order and to get them all pushing.
I'm just going to say, I feel like this series is kind of being the team with Thresh. It's just had such a big advantage because all those int moments we've seen from iBoy and Photic this series, the difference is Photic gets out of most of them because of the Thresh Phantom, right? Whereas iBoy doesn't have that safety net he had in game 1. It makes such a massive difference. Oh.
Strife does actually dodge out the Q there, and they know ppgod has not got any flash, and that's a massive, massive safety tool now no longer available. Leyan will flash over the wall. Super Mega Det Rocket went whizzing by as nobody got it. There's going to be the Hex Gating. They're looking for it. Leyan is there, though, to try and make sure that nothing bad happens as Rookie try to cut them off. Leyan, or Zorah, I should say, not really in a position, and he ends up going down. Photo picked up that kill. Strife will flash away, but he's already dead. And finally, Gwen gets the mid lane turret, but... While this is all happening, they're still pushing in this bot side. They may look to just crack open the base.
They have the Baron. They can just keep applying pressure. This should be an easy bot inhibitor pickup. You know, and that's going to make things difficult when the Baron does end up respawning. Not very much you can do to defend in this situation. Rookie is just far too strong right now. Has a Medjai's in pocket.
Medjai's cannot walk up on top of this. Karsa is just zoning out too damn well. And this is just a good move here from the side of V5, punishing the over-aggression coming out from RA on top of their support, which, yes, is great to get rid of, but it's not exactly a priority carry. Karsa, however, with 26 seconds left until the Dragon spawns, that is a priority carry. Mid lane has been pushed in. That's going to be the mid lane inhibitor turret taken down. Mid lane inhibitor is going to be taken as well. You're now back into a 5v5. As the rest of RA finally respawn. Now, Dragon up at 10 seconds. Do you look to try and fight this one here? You've got 2 super minion waves coming into you. I feel like RA kind of have this and nothing else. They got to take this fight.
Yeah, I feel like if you don't take this fight, you're going to be trapped in your base. The next Baron's going to be hard to contest, but the Realm Warping in.
Oh, the Realm Warping in immediately. And Strife, yes, you're tanky, but you're not tanky enough. Another kill for Rookie. 9, 2, and 8 on the day. That's going to be the Dragon Soul point for V5. And this game looks like it's going to be sending us to a game 3 because V5 look in total control.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know what the game plan was there, right? You Realm Warp into Viktor's face, and he just one-shots you, right? He does so much damage. And this was the Ryze, who is bulky. This Ryze is not squishy, right? Look at his itemization, has an Everfrost and a Fimbulwinter to give him a ton of health. The Frozen Heart doesn't really do anything against Rookie, but even so, you just get one shot. Now, ppgod might be caught out again.
Yep, ppgod is definitely caught out again, and he is going to die. So that's it. Dead, done. Nothing else to say about that one. Zhonya's has been picked up here by Jarvan, as I mentioned that, as we can see. I think it was a TP. No, it was just the Hex Gates used by Rookie to get onto the back side of this. So now actually the Hex Gate's going to be used to get Zorah. We hexing, boys, as they're going to keep chasing on top of this. Karsa does have the Cataclysm and the Flag and Drag. Leyan does not have anywhere to go, and he's going to fall out of favor. Photic picks up that kill. Gwen is pushing in a sideway cube. I love your enthusiasm, but you got to help your team, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, at this point, everyone from RH is getting caught out on repeat. He's going to reset, but I'm not sure there's a ton they can do. They should be able to clear the wave, I would think, but they're not really going to be able to hold up in a fight.
Yeah, I don't think they can clear the wave either. They can't walk up to this.
They can't.
Yeah, they cannot just walk up to this Viktor. This Viktor's just doing so much damage with just a Q and a laser, so you have to respect it, and that's going to be the third inhibitor falling here. RA don't have the real big engagement. They say that they're going to go in. Massive AoE. Dead, done, goodbye. RA will fall. V5 sending us to game 3.
That's the confident play from Photic. That's the moment you want in the Aphelios, where you Gale Force in for the burst, you just pop them, and the follow-up is there from the team. Rookie honestly put on a clinic that game. Some absolutely stellar play, probably his best game so far this season, and he really just made the game all about him. We talked about how V5 had the better, I felt like they had the better composition here. Yes, they had the early agency, but all